Okay,
YouTubers, welcome to my channel. My name is Professor David. I work on BMWs. This is an M54 engine off a 2002 325i. Okay, I already replaced the valve cover gasket, and I'm just putting back in the coils. Here are the coils. Okay, 3-prong coil. Has this metal retainer here and the rubber boot that goes over the spark plug here. These are used, but normally when they go bad, they crack. So if I squeeze it, sometimes they crack at the tip here. That's how I check them. And this one looks okay. But normally when they crack, it'll cause an arc. So when the coil tries to send electricity down this coil to the spark plug, it doesn't reach the spark plug. Instead, it goes through the crack of the rubber insulator onto ground, and it causes a misfire. So it's good to replace these coils when you see like cracks at the tip of the rubber boot, or sometimes it's corroded here at these pins. Okay, that's power, ground, and signal. This one's labeled. I didn't label it, but that's number 6. It's good to label the coils. There's 6 total, and this is number 6. So that goes here. Alright, what else we got? Yeah, so I just did a valve cover. I still have to replace the CCV system, which I'll do in another video. But I need to move this car out so I can pull in this this E90 that I'm working on. I got to get that out first. So yeah, let's get this on done. Here's the connectors for the coils on the harness. 6 of them. Remember, there's a ground here. It's 8mm. So it sits like this. There's no screw holding this harness in. It just snaps it into its holder on the valve cover, just like that. Put the coils in. Here are the coils. That's number 1. And to connect them, you lift the metal retainer up like so, and then once you push the connector in, the retainer drops down and locks it in place. Okay. Sometimes you gotta push on them pretty hard to get the metal retainer all the way down. And then there's 12 bolts. They're 10 millimeters. Okay. Don't forget the ground, which is an 8 millimeter nut. And then you got these ground cables that go to the 10 millimeter bolts. So I forgot to put these. They go on each end of the valve cover. So number 1 coil, and then number 6 coil. This one goes this side. Almost forgot about these. There goes one. And this one is over here. Okay. And then here are the 8 millimeter nuts that go onto the ground. There's 3 of them. There's one. I just shot them in with the 8 millimeter socket. This is a deep socket. Sometimes it's easier to put the nut on the socket and then go down onto the stud so it doesn't fall off. It's a tight spot and it's hard to squeeze your fingers in between. And now the 10 millimeters. Can't forget this. This is your power source from the battery, and it goes to this jump terminal here. So this is live, this isn't. So if I hit ground, nothing happens. Okay, so that's live though. So if I were to put ground to that bolt, that stud, it'll spark. So now we're giving it power. This is a 19 millimeter nut for the positive jump terminal. Got a 19 millimeter wrench here. Just snug it. Okay, so looks like all the coils are in. Gotta put these O2 sensor harnesses in its place. Okay, so the O2 sensor is connected and it's placed in this holder. You got the CCV hose here. That one's broken. I'm gonna have to fix that, but that's for another video, like I said. And this is ready to start up. I'll post the parts and fasteners in the link below, and that way you have all the you know all the tools that you need. I use the Velcro gasket on this one here. You can see that it's Velcro because it's the blue on the side. It's kind of hard to see here. Right down in there. There's the blue. It's important to replace your valve cover gasket because if it starts to leak excessively, then it'll trail down onto the exhaust manifold and burn off. So when it burns off, it turns into smoke. Where does that smoke go? It goes into the car, okay, and you're inhaling that, which is really bad for your health. And you got, burnt oil being burned off, and that's hydrocarbons in the air, and it could be hazardous to your health. The cabin air filter can only do so much. That's one thing I recommend replacing as well. If you've been driving around with a valve cover leak for some time now, that filter is probably probably needs to get replaced because it's probably damped with oil and from the smoke and all of that. So yeah, that was a basic coil replacement and valve cover gasket replacement. I'm sorry, I didn't replace the coils, but I did the valve cover gasket. You didn't get to see it. This is like the aftermath, but there'll be more videos to come. So let me start this sucker up. There we go.